A Harvard-bound girl asked me to be her fake boyfriend. Then her ex showed up at my job. Phoebe Kang walked up to my register at Save Mart and said, low and fast, "I need you to pretend to be my ex." I almost dropped the soup I was stocking. Everyone knew Phoebe. Top of the class, Harvard in the fall. I was the Save Mart guy, and I was failing calculus. She kept glancing at the doors. "Austin won't leave me alone," she said. "He shows up at my house, my job, even school. I tell him no, and he acts like it's a debate. My parents keep saying I should be polite about it." I asked why she picked me, and she nodded at my arms. "You load trucks. You're bigger than him. If he thinks I'm with someone who'll stand there with me, maybe he'll back off." I didn't want drama. "What do I get?" I asked. "Tutoring," she said. "You need to pass calculus to graduate." That hurt, because it was true. So I agreed, but I told her, "We're doing normal, not scary." Phoebe frowned. "Normal? I pick you up, we walk where people can see, hold hands, and if he shows up, I stand with you. No threats, no yelling." She looked like she didn't believe it would work, but she nodded. The next day, I pulled up in my beat-up truck, and the staring started right away at school. People whispered, laughed, and stared at my jacket like I didn't belong near her at all, ever. Phoebe's face went tight, but she took my hand anyway, like she was choosing it on purpose. By day 2, someone posted a photo of us, and the comments were brutal. At lunch, I caught Austin across the cafeteria, staring at her like she was still his. Phoebe read the comments, swallowed hard, and locked her phone. "He's been texting non-stop," she said. "He says I owe him a talk." On day 3, Austin finally walked up in his varsity jacket with that confident grin. He stepped close to Phoebe like I wasn't there. "What is this?" he snapped. Phoebe tried to speak, but her voice caught. I moved in front of her and kept my tone calm. "I'm Dylan. I'm her boyfriend." Austin laughed. "Boyfriend? She was texting me last week. Not your business," I said. "She's told you to leave her alone, so leave." His hands balled up, and the hallway went silent. Phones came out. I didn't puff up. I didn't talk tough. I just stood there and waited. He looked from me to her and back again, like he was deciding if he wanted this on camera. Then he scoffed, muttered something, and walked off. Phoebe blinked like she couldn't believe it. "That's it?" "That's it," I said. I thought it was over, but 2 days later, Austin showed up outside Save Mart right as my shift ended. Phoebe had come to meet me to study, and when she saw him leaning on his car, her whole body froze. He smiled at her. "So you're hiding behind him now?" I stepped next to Phoebe. "Go," I said. He ignored me and aimed his voice at her. "Just 5 minutes." Phoebe took a breath and said it loud enough for the cart guy to hear. "No, you don't get 5 minutes. You don't get anything." Austin's face twitched. People were watching. He glanced around, embarrassed, shoved off his car, and sped out of the lot. Phoebe's hands were shaking, but she looked taller. After that, he stopped showing up. Phoebe still asked me to walk her places anyway. "I just feel better," she said, like she hated admitting it. We started meeting at the library to study for real. She broke problems into tiny steps and made me say each one out loud. When I messed up, she didn't make fun of me. She just tapped the page and said, again. I helped her with her college essay too, mostly by calling out the fake parts. One afternoon, she slid a draft across the table, full of perfect lines, and I pushed it back. "This isn't you," I said. Phoebe stared at it, then whispered, "My parents keep rewriting it." "Then write the real thing," I said. Her eyes watered a little, but she nodded and started typing. Finals came fast. The day of the calculus exam, my hands were sweating, and Phoebe met me outside the room and said, "One step at a time." When grades posted, I saw an A and felt like my lungs finally worked. I found Phoebe in the hallway and held up the paper. She grabbed my shirt and kissed me, real and steady, like she wasn't pretending anymore. The hallway went dead quiet. I pulled back, stunned. "What was that for?" Phoebe smiled. Not her perfect school smile, just her. "For standing with me," she said. "For making me feel safe." I started to say this was supposed to be a deal, but she pulled out her phone and opened her college application. "I changed my essay," she said, then turned the screen toward me. It was about us, and about her finally saying no out loud. My throat tightened. "You're really submitting that?" I asked. Phoebe's thumb hovered over the button, and she looked up at me like she was waiting for me to flinch. I didn't. I just took her hand and